Hello survivors and welcome to another video. In today's video we are going to be playing on the Chaoswalker. He is actually going to be a Chaos Summoner today. We are running him because, as you can see by the stars, he actually only has 198 prestige, where that means he is actually the lowest character I have prestige for. So we're going to try and get him as high as possible in this run. It's just going to be a curse 7 run, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing too special about it, nothing going overlord or endless, but you know, with this build you should be able to get relatively high. But what we are going to be running is like I mentioned, a summon Chaoswalker. So we are running his third weapon, the Flamewalker Spire. That's going to allow us access to the Volcano Eruption, which is a summon. He then has the Chaos Totem as his unique skill, and then we've got the Frenzied Bunnies, Chaos Golem, and Summon Helper Elves. And then for the 6th skill, we're either going to run Might, Arcane Power, or Bloodlust. We'll see which ones we get. Otherwise, we're going to just randomly throw in whatever other skill we can get. But let's get straight into it. Let's see what runes we are running. We're going to be running Weapon Expert. So we can actually do the runes here. Weapon Expert, so that we can get our first summon right off the bat. Chaos, Skill Inclination Chaos. Well, actually we don't need Skill Inclination Chaos, but it's going to help us get the bunnies and the golem and the totem, so we can actually keep it. And then we're going to go unconventional start so that we can get one of those chaos skills in the beginning. And then for our other runes, we're going to run Multicast Mastery, the bread and butter of absolutely every build. Divine Legacy, so that we can get more summons every 25 levels. Harmony, where more summons we have, the more damage we deal, and then Extra Help, increasing all of our summons by an additional 1. So let's get straight into it and see how well the Chaos Summoner can do. Now over here I'm actually going to be going with the Chaos Totem, and the reason for that is I actually think they are really we'll get it going down further. We'll get the Frenzied Bunnies first. Now, for the Frenzied Bunnies and the Summon Helper Elves, I will leave a description down in the... I'll leave a link down in the description to videos to show how to unlock both of those skills. Although they are event skills, the events are still available to play on, and you are still going to be able to unlock these skills. So that's really cool. Alright, so we're just gonna chill here, get as many levels as possible, and then we're gonna look at getting cast frequency, go look at getting area of effect because of our bunnies as well as all of our other summons. But I do think that this is going to be a really strong build, and it's going to deal a lot of damage to enemies and everything like that. Summons already very strong, so we know that this build is going to deal a lot of damage, and it's going to be really fun to play it and to try it out. I was actually thinking of doing there's 2 singular focus builds that I actually really want to show you guys, but we'll do them later on in the week. The first one's going to be a Chaos Bolt build, and there's a reason behind it, but we'll get to it when we do the video. And the other one is an Assassin build as well, and we'll see how those go from there. But we got 15 level ups. The Chaoswalker is really slow, so we are going to grab as a little bit more movement speed than we usually will. We're going to lock Bloodlust over here because we do actually want one of the buffs like we mentioned before, so we are going to grab it. It's going to be very helpful for us. We're going to grab that. There's our Chaos Golem. That's beautiful. I don't know if or how we're going to get the Summon Helper Elves, but we did quite easily over there. As you can see, we are super lucky, and we banish Leviathan because we want to have that juicy movement speed like we need. Alright, so area of effect of summons, and then we're going to grab the crit as much as possible as well. Movement speed does also affect your summons, so the more movement speed you have, the faster your summons are going to move as well, and that is going to help with your bunnies as well as your Chaos Golems. It also does help your Summon Helper Elves to keep up with you while you are moving, so if you do want to move away from dangerous circles or abilities, it's definitely going to be a good thing for you over there. So definitely, if you don't invest into movement speed, I do suggest doing it, especially if you are, not full skill tree like I am myself. You will lack quite a bit of movement speed that, someone like myself has because of the full skill tree. So now we're just going to go and spam whatever it is we can every time we see something that involves involves having our summons. We're going to grab it. Over here, we've already got +1 over here. We're going to lock both of these. Would have been nice if we actually took reroll mastery, but it is what it is. We can't have absolutely everything. We need a lot more space in the runes, but this will do for now and give us a pretty decent amount. Just remember that every time you get an extra summon, it is going to increase our overall damage because we are running the Harmony rune and you need a certain amount of summons. But thanks to the bunnies, that does give us quite a lot. So it's 2% per summon. That's quite a lot of damage just from the bunnies alone. We are looking at getting ourselves 11, which is 22% increased damage just from them alone. And the more and more we get of absolutely every single one of them, the more and more damage we're going to be doing overall. Luckily, we are quite tanky, or at least this isn't Overlord Cycle, because we definitely would have died if it was. We were in a really bad spot there in the corner, but luckily for us, we were able to move without having to lose a single life, which is fantastic. Alright, area of effect for static, that's fine. Go for the more damage. We're going to grab block chance. It does also affect your summons. And then over here we do want to try and get more crit. That's going to help us over there. Multicast. And then again just things that are going to affect our summons, going from damage, cast frequency, and all of the rest. Multicast, damage, cast frequency, crit, all of it affects your summons, so you kind of want to have a balance of absolutely everything so that your summons get a lot of damage from everything. Multicast mastery on summons affects their attacks as well as how they summon. So if you have a lot of multicast, let's say I have the 11 bunnies, normally you only summon 3 at a time, but you can summon all 11 if you get a really high multicast chain going. So instead of summoning 3, you'll summon all 11 at once, and that is a lot more damage, a lot quicker. So in terms of DPS, it's a lot higher if you are able to summon all of them at the same time or within a short period of time. Same applies for all of this other summons. If they die, you want to be able to summon them a lot faster, like over there where I just killed quite a few of my summons over there. What's going to happen is the next time that the summon actually goes off, it's going to summon a lot more of them as opposed to just a single one. So a good show over there is if you just rewind, we had 3 of them and we summoned all of the remaining summons at once, making it up to 10, which is really, really, really fantastic. So even if they do die, you'll end up summoning all of them really quickly, and therefore you back up with the huge amount of DPS that you had before anyway. Alright, so we don't really need the area of effect. The negative effects are going to come in handy, and then we're going to get more multicast over there. And then, like I mentioned as well, multicast does also affect how many summons, your summons attacks. So let's say, as you can see, the frozen elves, the elves, what they do is they throw out these candy canes. What's going to happen is that multicast is going to make it so that they're throwing them out a lot more often, like you would as the character if you had multicast on any of your skills. It works the exact same way on the summons in that respect as well. So definitely something to go with. And the way that cast frequency works is the exact same way. If you got a lot of cast frequency, you'll summon them a lot faster, so it affects the actual skill itself. You summon units a lot faster, they go off cooldown and heal, whatever it is that the actual cooldown does on them. And then it also affects their attack timing, so the lower the cooldown of the summon, the faster they are going to be attacking the enemies and therefore dealing a lot more damage. So multicast and cast frequency on summons is actually very, very important, especially if you want to dish out as much damage as possible. And then because we are playing minions and we are playing with the Chaos Golems, the build itself is very tanky and very, very strong. So that is the build, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's see what our damage numbers are. I think the bunnies and the elves did the most amount of damage. Yes, bunnies by a huge amount over there. We hit 200 on our Chaoswalker. I'm unhappy with the 5 stars. We are going to make it a gold star eventually. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.